vile creatures, with a taste for the flesh of dwarves. What they didn't count on were the Durgar who had their own designs on Anaragan's forge. Though we would cut down every last Verbeeg found within the forge, what we witnessed there would scar us for the rest of our days.
Gosh, they're really going heavy on the symbolism here. I can smell the campfire. Yes. That might be cute. What? Oh gosh, where's my... Just talking with somebody that doesn't even know what a blep is. So now I have to send the picture I took of my cat a couple months back when my cat was doing a blep. Yeah, the blep is when you like sticky your tongue out in the middle.
Dwarves didn't deserve this. After all the good they've done, every Verbeeg will come to know and fear what happens here today.
Phone. Oh, what's up? What's up? What you doing? How dare you? Okay. Wow! Okay, something like that could actually make for a really interesting trap puzzle in D&D. Have, you know, the ground come up to fight the players every so often. Say every third round the spikes come up, so like every 18 seconds. And then have a battle on it. Especially if you have them fighting against creatures who potentially don't care about the spikes, or creatures who know about the spikes and try to avoid them. So you have like the NPCs trying to lure the players onto there, and you have the players trying to lure the NPCs onto there, and like rushing out to fight and then going. These really look like dwarves, don't they? Everything is fine.
What's up, shithead?
This is fine. Whatever. So yeah, every, like, say, third round, they pop up to, like, attack the players or something. I have to sneeze. So it's a whole back and forth thing. Or especially if the enemy team has ranged combatants. Ooh, a couple of beings with bow. I still stand by the thought that D&D at uber low levels is very different from D&D at like mid levels or high levels. Because at like level 1, it's like, oh, I have like 100 gold pieces. Like, that's not really enough for any like reusable magic item other than, you know, putting an eternal flame on something. That's not technically even a magic item. It's just, you know, a spell on an item. And it's like, well, I mean, that's really all you got. That's not... But then you, like, you look through all of the, regular material goods and see everything you can do on with that. And it's like, oh, well, I can get, like, some hemp rope and I can, like, you know, cut into, like, say, a certain amount of length, I can potentially get something explosive. I can get, like, ale or something. So I can get a cloth and I can get, like, a bottle of alcohol and I can make, like, a Molotov kind of thing. Like, you can do that.
This should be Chef's best feast yet. I can't eat no more.
Oh, so I don't have poison anymore. Like fire arrows.
I'm about ready to try a gray if I don't get
Let's go see out, see if she can give me head pats. And like, I'm recording. She knows that.
tummy.
You and me, big guy.
Why did you have to yell?
Maybe if
Come
I
on.
could cheer up one of them
You got this.
fries. Hey, sweetie.
See, yeah, no, I can see that. But yeah, low-level D&D is vastly different from high-level stuff, where it's like, oh, well, how are we supposed to do this? Oh yeah, I just have a spell for that. How are we supposed to, like, travel across, like, a whole countryside? That would take, like,
No more.
that'd take, like, weeks by foot, and it's like, oh yeah, I just have a spell, teleport, boom, teleport us right over there, done. It's like, oh, well, how do we do this? Oh, no, just spell. Whatever. Or it's like, oh, how do we get across this gorge? It's like low-level D&D. It's like, oh, let's, you know, climb down it, get across, climb up to the other side. Heck, how to climb up a wall in low-level D&D is a challenge. Like, climbing up a 10-foot wall.
If I don't get some supper.
Like, that's a real challenge. And the high-level stuff is like, yeah, no, I just fly up, whatever. Fly up, teleport up, whatever. And sure, for some, like, some people do
Gluttonous Verbeek.
low power D&D stuff, and they got it going well. I had a controller plugged in.
For me.
I had my controller turned on, and it just turned itself off.
Mighty arrows.
I can't shoot at those. Okay, there we go.
Boys.
Done.
Suits on and waiting for you, bye.
Let's go for 100. Okay, looks like they forgot about me. It's like, oh hey, there's an enemy up on a cliff that's like slinging arrows at you. What do you do? And it's like, playing at like level 1, it's like, hey, if you don't have a bow, it's like, well, mage might use up like their one
Arrows of might.
usage of magic missile. One or two
More
uses of
goblins.
magic missile to try to get rid of it. But being how I am with janky builds and all that, I love being a DM just because I can like make enemies for the players to fight against, and just put so many templates on them. Like I think I took like a pseudo dragon, like a challenge rating 1 monster, and I just kept putting templates and templates and templates on it to make it like challenge rating 20, and it was just fun to do. It's like, oh wait, that's not actually balanced,
I got all
man.
kinds of
It's
trouble.
actually super weak. It's like, good, let it be weak. Like, screw it. Yeah, sure. It's good that it's weak.
There's no place for Verbeeg. Time to clear them all out.
If you're saying that, you know, my two-headed giant wasp is, like, supposed to be, like, easy for, would be easy as a CR5, sure, fine. Let the party, you know, deal with it a bit easier. It's like, oh, well, adding multi-headed to a giant wasp doesn't actually, like, enhance any of its things. It gives it, like, a few extra hit points. That's not worth the entire increase in challenge rating. Cool. Book says that it's worth extra experience. I'll give my players the extra experience. And then they can tell their little stories to all their friends about, you know, fighting against the two-headed giant wasp. Because that's kind of the point. It's like the stories and such. Instead of just the, oh yeah, no, we just fought two giant wasps. It's like, no, it's a two-headed giant wasp. And such. It's like, hey. I mean, challenge rating is, at its base, a suggestion. I think that's actually in, like, the DMG as well, that it says that. Because suppose a fair fight for your party is 5 orcs. Suppose 5 orcs is a fair fight for your party. Oh, right. Let's do this. We can get that a lot faster now. If those 5 orcs are up on the side of the cliff throwing rocks and arrows down at the party, that's going to be a tougher challenge. But it's still those same 5 orcs. Whereas, simultaneously, if those 5 orcs are, say, you know, down on a rickety bridge over a ravine, and they're carrying barrels of explosive, like, gas, you know, explosive gas / liquids, whatever, and your whole party has access to, like, say, fire magic / fire arrows / you know, fire distance, and everyone can range hit them and kill them easily, that's a fairly easy encounter. But it's still, like, the same challenge rating.
Time for a shave.
But it shouldn't be worth the same amount of experience. So that's why I'm partial to the idea of encounters aren't worth a set amount of experience. They're worth an aggregate amount of experience. I'm pretty sure I use that word, right? Where it's like, well, oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. But it's all like a question of, okay, how difficult was this encounter for the players? It's like, if I throw them up against the two-headed, you know, giant wasp, and the party nearly TPKs, going to be giving them a bit of extra experience as a, hey, that was really tough for you. That was a definite struggle. You should get, you know, compensation. Whereas if I throw them against, you know, giant two-headed wasp, and the party goes, cool, I used my cannon to raid. Just kill the thing, done. That's like no experience. Maybe a little bit of experience for, you know, knowing that they had the cannon raid, but not nearly as much experience as like an actual fight would be. Which is also why I really don't like it when players are like, hey, I'm gonna do everything I can to avoid like any encounters ever, period. Oh, also, I still get experience for this, but it's like, the whole Diplomancer thing, where the player just, you know, pumps every point into diplomacy possible, and they go, hey, I'll go and, like, talk my way out of this fight with these people. That's worth the full amount of experience, right? It's like, well, all you did was, like, roll a couple of dice and say, hey, I got a diplomacy roll of 34, that means that we're friends now. They were hostile towards us, but I got a high roll, so we're friends now. Well, no, I don't. So that means we're friends now. So this encounter's over. Hey, we still get the experience and we can still loot their bodies, right? It's like, They're not dead. It's like, yeah, well, they're friends now, so they'll give us all of their stuff. Because that's what friends do. According to me. My friends will give me all of their things. That's how good friends I am with them. So you just kind of want to go, it's like, hey, will you give me a character sheet? Okay, thanks. It, like, just make as if I'm going to rip it. I'm happy with it. But it's like... Yeah, people like to go into the game and it's like, oh, I'm going to win D&D. I'm going to get all of the experience and get all of the items and then... It's like, I've been DM for so long that it's like, I don't really care so much about, you know, getting all of the best items or whatever. It's not exactly my concern anymore. It's like, yeah, sure, it is nice to get items, but specifically nice to get, you know, items to increase combat effectiveness so I can help the party out more. It's like, hey, my character is an archer. If you give me that bow, I can, you know, shoot things better. It's like, okay, that's logical. It's like, oh, hey, my character got gifted a +2 mace of smashing from some NPC because the DM decided that my character was getting it for whatever reason. Or I say, my character was gonna open up the chest, and so I see like a +2 mace of smashing. It's like, well... I know that I don't make use of maces.
Shooting bad guys never gets old. Fresh targets. Hey, got my
Well,
Scraps on!
increase loot rarity. Gosh, after I'm done with this whole game, I'm going to wind up doing like one session, like a regular party, where I play as like a melee character, and I'm going to want to stop at every one of the campfires. Like, it's bound to be harder if I'm actually participating in fights, right? But yeah, it's like, whatever. It's like, I've had a lot of fun lately just playing, like, magic items or such, and it's like, because I don't have to be the hero of my story. Like, if I really wanted to be the hero of a story, I would play a single-player game. I don't need to, you know, gather, like, 6 people around me to play a game together just so I can be the main one single solo protagonist. It's like, no, I'm good. I'm good. I know how to work as a team and all that. That should be really hard. Hard foot, hard foot. Ah! Yeah, let's go exploring. There are things left undestroyed over here. Oh, is this just an alternate path to this area that I somehow didn't see? Let me just sit here for a minute. So, whatever. Like, yeah, it would be awesome to play a single Although I will say it would be awesome to play a single player like D&D type game. Wherein you could do all of the awesome stuff that you can do in general D&D. It's like, hey, I want to go to this field. It's like, I want, you know, super mega ultra open world sandbox experience of a game. I want to be able to, like, you know, seduce the barkeep. Why? Because I can. It's also like, I don't know, I get bored of things. That's why there's so many games I haven't finished. It's like, yeah, I'm down for playing a game where I just, it's like, okay, well, how about I go, you know, it's like, how about, having a party that's all, like, magic items and such, and they all, like, you know, help one traveler go and, like, go on a mighty quest or whatever. It's like, hey, that could be an interesting story. I don't necessarily want to write it, because I want, like, input of other people. Gosh, I'd love to, like, just find a person or a couple of people and just, like, write a game together with them. Write a story together. Which I've been doing for my roleplay, but I was thinking I should go on RPN and just see if I can find a group of people who'd be all, it's like, hey, just, you know, intelligent magic items, but also 3.5 edition has so much stuff in it that people, like, never use. Because it's like, oh, well, that's not the best of the best thing, so there's no point in looking at it. It's like, yeah, let's play this game, but let's not look at, like, 95% of the content. It's like, oh yeah, you see that big old book of, like, you know, special spells and stuff? Yeah, there's 3 of them that are actually useful, and all of the rest are, like, not the best, you know, books of them. So let's just not care about them. It's like... Can I pause? Okay, I can pause. Oh shoot, I don't have... Shoot, I don't have my Magic Item Compendium book or my Spell Compendium book here with me. Right, I think I left them. Either in the living room, or I left them with my brother. Oh gosh, I love the idea of just, like, rolling up some random magic item, and boom, that's your character now. You are this thing. It's like, yeah, no, that's you. What are you gonna do about it?
I see you there, baddies.
Yeah, it's, oh gosh, yeah, so many, like, veterans, quote-unquote veterans, D&D players are just like, oh yeah, that class? Yeah, well that class sucks, so never use it. And it's like, how many, you know, human fighters wielding a dire flail do there have to, it's like, do there have to be? Like, if you ever do, like, yeah, if you ever see these, you know, these hotshot D&D players, and they're ever trying to do some, shoot. They're ever trying to, like, do a PHP-only game. You see, human fighter with power attack with either, like, two-handed weapon, generally, greatsword, or with dire flail, which is, I believe, still a two-handed weapon, but it might be an exotic weapon, so I might need a feat for it specifically. But still, it's like, oh yeah, no, this is the best option, so this is the only thing we're going with here. What's over here that is so darn valuable? Oh, look. One of these things. Wasn't there, like, another path that I could have been taking? Okay, it wants me to go back, which means this is a side path, and this has stuff to it.
For battle hammer! You're a nasty fella! For the battle hammers!
I'm ready for seconds.
Come on, come on, come on. It's like the monk. The monk is a very interesting class. Or like, say, Valve Poverty. And like, hey, Valve Poverty can work with monk, but people go, no it doesn't, because high-level monk wants its magic items and actually needs them more than any other character. Alright, so Valve Poverty monk is actually a stupid idea, and you are a stupid person for thinking it could be fun to play. It's like, Valve Poverty is a very interesting way to do it to take on a character. Yes, it's not as powerful as getting, you know, equivalent level magic items. But D&D isn't supposed to be about doing the most powerful stuff. It's about, you know, just having fun playing a game. And not everyone has fun by just only doing the most powerful stuff. Like, I've played as a character with Valve Poverty before, and it was nice. DM gives, like, you know, their quick... The DM gets an excuse to, like, every time there's a horde of, you know, magic items for the players to take, one of the items is, like, you know, everlasting bag of rations or whatever. And it's like, oh, my character will take that to bring to the local town, give it to the people, and then boom, they'll have extra food. Decanter of endless water. It's like, hey, remember that town where, like, their water supply was poisoned? How about we just give them this? They can have nice, clean drinking water for, like, ever. Okay, gonna have to put this somewhere where the vibrations won't be so darn loud. Boof. Okay. But yeah, it's like in a normal, you know, party, a bag of eternal rations would be basically useless to the party because they never keep track of rations or like encumbrance or anything like that. Once you get to the point where the party can get a bag of holding, you don't have to worry about encumbrance like ever again, apparently. No matter how much, it's like people say that constantly, that no matter how much you have in a bag of holding, it holds infinite amounts. Like, no, it doesn't. And that bag of holding is still like 20 pounds. You're carrying around a 20-pound bag. Like, I've tried carrying around a 20-pound purse to see what it's like, and oh my gosh. There's no way I could, like, fight while carrying, like, a 20-pound bag. It's like, oh, I'll just use the handy haversack and just like that. There's no way that you can really fight so effectively. Magic would probably be different, because that doesn't require as much movement. But you can't really fight effectively while carrying around a backpack. Unless the backpack is, like, empty. But no, the handy haversack does quite a bit. I don't think it's as much as a bag of holding, but still. And of course, players don't want to do the whole, oh yeah, drop the bag, begin fighting, blah 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 blah. But if you tell them that that's what the characters would realistically do, then every single fight against intelligent characters will be like, hey, did they drop any bags before they started? I'm gonna go steal their bags now. It's like, buddy, wait like 3 hours, the fight will be over, then you can loot the bodies. I wanna steal their bags, I wanna steal their bags, I wanna steal their bags. And the DM goes, fine, you steal the bags. Oh, by the way, yours trapped, take 15d6 explosive damage. Because they knew that you were going to steal their bags, so they set a trap for you. And the players go, oh my gosh, where can I get this kind of trap? I'm gonna solve all of our fights by throwing this trap at the enemy and forcing them into it. And so it's like, oh, it's like, wait, if their bags are trapped, what if they're like going to win? Like, they'll just pick it up and then they'll take the damage, blah 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 blah. That's how D&D players are. They are so flippin' annoying. To the point where I ran D&D with my little brother and his friends who haven't been ingrained in the, you know, toxic D&D player culture yet. And it was such a relief to just be all... For it's like, oh yeah, in the corner of the room there is a treasure chest. And only one player was like, oh, this treasure? Awesome, I only opened the chest. It's like only one player was like, oh yeah, I want that. It's like, yeah, I'll loot the chest. Other players were more concerned about other matters. Oh, I got a lever handle. That's probably useful, isn't it? Yeah, that's it. The others were concerned about, like, what kind of organs are inside a hobgoblin. Halfling? Halfling. What organs halflings have? Because I made the offhand comment. Because when one of them was like, ah, stab it in the spleen, I just made the comment of, like, you assume it has a spleen. Something like that. It's like, oh, but let's dissect one to see what organs it has. And it's like, trying to not go so morbid about that, but... As opposed to a thing that I read about on Twitter with a lawful evil group, where when it comes time to split the loot, they'll always grab stuff that their own character can't use because they can make more money off of it, selling it at a mark up to the other players. It's like, oh yeah, my archer character will take that +2 mace of smashing. No, I can't use it, but you, mace-wielding dwarven cleric, you can totally use this +2 mace of smashing. I'll sell it to you for more than you would be able to afford it at the store. And then it's like, my thought to that is like, what's keeping that... What's keeping them from just going, alright, I won't buy it. I'll take whatever's the most valuable thing in the pile, and then just sell that and buy a whatever mace, just, you know, on my own. It's like, yep, I see what you're offering me. I'm not going for it. I'll take what I actually want.
I got all kinds of trouble!
Or it's just like, oh, okay, go. And then the whole party gets angry because, well, you're not being a team player. You're not doing as much damage as you possibly could. It's like, yeah, well, blame them. They took my mace. They took the mace that I was supposed to get, so, oh well. It's like, oh yes, I'll sell you this +2 mace of smashing for like 9,000 gold. It's like, I could buy it for 8,000 gold at the store. But the store isn't here. It's like, okay, cool. Let's go back to town. I'll pay 8,000 gold, buy a +2 mace of smashing. Also, it's like, and I'll sell the bow or whatever other item. I want to take this for the chest. I'll take your item for the chest. And it's like, okay, like whatever. And then it's like, eh. Like, I guess I could see that sort of mentality in like a gladiator style game, where like, you know, there's a pool of like 100 characters, and so they're all, so it's like 6 of them at random are going into like a place together. There's no shop access for any of them, so the only way they can get items is from other characters. And then I could see people going, it's like, oh, well, I'll take the most valuable item in there and I'll sell it to someone. Or whatever. It's like... But even then, if it is specifically made that there's, you know, an item for each character, the archer is hampering themselves by not... The archer is hampering themselves by not taking the bow, and hampering the cleric by taking the mace. It's like, I will screw over both of us unless you give me lots of money. In which case, like, the only use of that money is to pay the markup costs to buy the bow. So you might as well just be like, I'll take the mace and I'll trade it to someone for that bow.
What's up, shithead?
So it just seems like the whole party would be less effective that way.
First?
No. What's off you? Bum, bum, ba-da, bum, 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 bum.
For B. Ugh.
Yeah, designing NPCs and stuff is so much fun because you're not, like, limited by whatever. Like, you know, you can just put templates on. I like the templates. Templates are not as powerful. Like,
Never gets old.
get an extra druid level or cleric level or wizard level, whatever, is more impactful than just, you know, getting a +1 level adjustment template. However, putting on the template is more just fun. So, I enjoy it. It's just more so like my sort of thing. It's what I like. Just... Whoop. But I've spent many hours like stacking templates together, so... Yeah, sure, whatever, but... Like, one game I was invited to make a... You know, effective character level 10 characters, and I was making a rogue. So I could just make, you know, level 10 human rogue. And just let that be that, whatever. But instead I made, like...
You looking for me?
And of course, like, prestige classes, but even, like, high-level humans for prestige classes. So I had, like, what, 5 levels of rogue or something? Like, 3 levels of assassin, so, like, you know, 8 class levels, and I also threw in a template... I'm not even touching anything. I threw in a template that also gave my character 4 extra arms, as well as, like, extra strength and constitution and whatnot. So now my attack rolls is... So, sure I missed out on, like, a single d6 of sneak attack bonus by missing 2, you know, rogue or assassin levels. But in exchange, all of my attacks do... Yeah. I get, you know,
no place for
extra
the
bonus on attack rolls, which I also missed out on by not taking the class level, so that's a net wash. I get a bit of extra damage on each one of my attacks, which is, you know, overshadowed by the fact that I don't get an extra sneak. So I get, like, +1 extra damage to each attack, as opposed to a +1d6 every attack. But I also get 4 extra attacks, and I designed the character to use 6 weapons at once. 6 daggers at a time. So instead of just using, you know, 1 dagger, I was using, they're getting, like, say, 1 attack per turn. Actually, no, level, no, it's a rogue. Okay, 2 attacks per turn with the full attack. I get, like, 7 attacks in a turn.
She won't stop jumping around.
So even if my, you know, chance to attack is a bit lower, surely at least one of those attacks will hit. That's all it needs. I just need to attack with something eventually. Oh, that's green. That's not gold. It looks so gold. And sure, if one of those 7 attacks hit, it deals less damage than if one of my previous 2 attacks would have hit.
Blood and thunder, but it smells right nice in here.
Yeah, so it's like, whatever.
Time for a
I
shave!
build the character around using pounce, which is like full movement and also full attack. Pounce and then just attack with a whole bunch of weapons. Like, that's what I built. I know that people are it's like, oh, that's stupid. You should just make your rogue only able to use like 1 weapon and like try to get like 2 attacks per turn, but focus on like, you know, just always flank with someone, then you can always get sneak attack. It's like a whole bunch of attacks per turn, but in exchange I get, you know, a little bit less levels. It's what else. Or heck, I had a ton of fun in one game playing with a little pixie. You've heard of pixies, right? Those little flying critters. I played a pixie who used a whip. Now, whip normally has 15 feet of reach, and but it counts as a melee weapon. But since I was like tiny size, tiny is about like the size of a house cat. I think it's tiny, might have been diminutive. It's about half the size. But because of my, you know, tiny / diminutive size category, not age category, my natural reach was like down by a square, so we agreed it's like, okay, reach is 10 feet with the whip. It's a 10-foot long whip because it's shrunk down to my size. Like, okay, cool. And it's like, well, I'm so tiny that if I try to use, you know, a melee weapon, hit something, I'm doing like 1 damage. Because the weapon is smaller, so its damage die is so much smaller. So instead of dealing, like, whip, there's like a whip that, you know, pierces through armor, by the way. Normal whips in DnD don't pierce through armor, but there's a type of whip that can, so like, got that part handled. But it's normally like, say, a D6 of damage, but for being so tiny, it's like a D3 in damage. And since I'm so small, my strength bonus is a penalty. So it's like, okay, you deal 1d3, like, -4 damage, or something like that. And it's like, well, minimum damage 1, so I deal 1 damage per hit. That's not taking anything out very fast. However, make it a +1 wounding whip. It's not only dealing 1 damage, but also dealing 1 constitution damage every hit. I think I actually talked about this last week, didn't I? Just, you know, a wounding whip. There's a prestige class into dervish, because whip is a slashing weapon, so I can, like, dance around the battlefield, get extra attacks in. It's like 2 or 3 attacks, you know, per turn. And of course, this is all just talking about the combat side of things. Taking things not necessarily from, like, flat out the highest numbers, but, like, the most interesting, whatever. Being super small does mean that my armor class was really nice. Which, apparently, people in D&D in high levels stopped caring about armor class. It's like, oh, well, there's no way you'll ever be able to outpace damage, blah, 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 blah. It's like, oh, no, you absolutely can. Just, you can't outpace their attack bonuses if you are also simultaneously doing everything in your power
Arrows of might!
to base more hit bonuses and damage as much as possible. There's some give and take. You can't just take everything. So yeah, like, sure, I couldn't take enemies out in, like, 1 round by hitting them once and dealing, like, you know, 300 d12s of damage with, like, 1 power attack with a great axe while doing a barbarian rage, you know. Barbarian high level play anyway, but still. Or, you know, save or die spell with a save DC that's, like, you know, 50. So, they can only save on like a nat 20, so it's basically just die. Heck, I once made a 20th level character design that was just made to have the absolute highest will save possible. But then I got to like a plus 100 to will saves. And I just wanted to see, like, what that number would be.
You and me, big guy.
Just using, like, official, like, DnD stuff. No third party. Yeah, no third party, no homebrew. I say, with an asterisk.
What's up, shitheads?
Turns out there's no LA0 classes that give a plus 6 to charisma. There is one that gives a plus 6 to wisdom, though. But I wanted charisma bonuses. Because as it turns out, if you really get into splatbook stuff, charisma, you can basically base. You can wind up putting like everything. Why are you not dead?
Get at that shooter, boys! I spies, yes, Shotty! Got a fresh one lined up!
Arrows
Do I have to do this? Yes. Okay, well that's cheap. But yeah, a character which is as high a will... Yeah, high a will save as possible, which you don't really even need a good will save at high level play. Yeah, this is what... Because once you have access to Mind Blank, and you're just immune to anything that affects your will anyway. So it's ultimately unnecessary.
Twice already, and he says the next one who asks will be soup himself! Break a tooth on the ride if you're not careful. Let's get out of here.
So what is this?
It's time to scrap.
Anyway. Yeah, silence, and you silence as well. Okay. I don't have to go over that way. Oh yeah, also, the character had such a high... Yeah, speaking of, you know, maximizing stats and all that, the maximum will save character, the, you know, epically high will save character, had such a high, bonus to hit, as well as such a high AC, that if you use the variant rule, as suggested in one book, where a nat 1 actually just counts as a minus 10 and a nat 20 actually counts as a plus 30, it would be impossible for it to miss an attack against the Tarrasque, and it would be impossible for the Tarrasque to hit the character. Like, I think that the Tarrasque would need, like, a plus 40 or something to hit this character. And this character would need, like, it was like a minus, like, 12 or something. It was pretty cool. To, you know, not hit the Tarrasque. The only real issue, though, is that I didn't really put anything into, like, flat damage output. And the Objective multi-class so much. And this is, by the way, without a weapon. I didn't put any stock into, like, weapons and stuff. This is unarmed strike. With an unarmed strike.
For the battle hammers!
Although would be small size. But, like, still. Oh gosh, imagine a game like this, but Gloomhaven, so you're back to all of, like, the Gloomhaven abilities. That would be cool. Come on, we got you. Whoops. Yeah, even without a weapon though, because you can only do a little bit of damage at a time, which I think is under the Tarask's regeneration. No, if it effectively could fight the Tarask basically indefinitely, slowly whittling down its health more and more over time, and would still need access to a witch spell to actually take out the Tarask. Speed of Witch, oh my gosh, the witch spell, the wish spell, people love to try to metagame as much as, like, whatever. Try to get whatever they want out of wish, but also people... Yeah, it's a whole Shadowrun issue all over again. People trying to metagame wish to being exactly what they want, and people trying to metagame wish to being exactly what the person doesn't want. Nope.
You looking for me?
I'm good.
I'm more in the cherry.
Oh, hello. Okay, what have we got? Not much here. Yeah, it's a long way to go for such little amount of advantage, huh? Sounds like D&D. And of course, this fella here.
What's the ruckus?
No, that's not mainly bad. Yeah, like, whatever. If I want to join a game of D&D, it's like... I've had fun just playing as magic items, and... still remember the one game where I was trying to, you know... talk to the DM about it, and one random neckbeard is all like... Magic items can't move, but therefore you can't be a suitable player, therefore you can't play a magic item. It's like, D&D is about imagination. Imagine the item can move. Duh. Like... Hey, you know that elves aren't actually real, right? Therefore you can't play as an elf item. You know the dire flail isn't actually a real weapon? Therefore your character can't use one? It's like, yeah, whatever. I watch it. Yeah. It's just like, there. Whatever. I'll have to have enough stamina that I can do like a full round of shots using one stamina bar. What am I doing with the corner of my ear?
I'm giving up. I promise.
Yeah, 80 damage with like 12 burning and like 293 critical. I'm sorry. So I'm doing like Instacart shopping and like getting messages about that. Mostly just trying to replace my pierogies with eggs. Like, no. As a no on. I don't. So instead of getting, you know, $4 for like 2 little bag, 2 little, you know, like instead of paying $4 for like 2 bags of pierogies, I'm apparently instead going to be paying $40 for like 40 eggs or something like that. It's like no, no, no. Eggs are okay. I've stopped buying eggs. Because I really had an intolerance to egg white. I don't know what it is, but if I have egg white without the yolk, I feel like I'm going to throw up. So I've more or less stopped using eggs in my cooking. Because, like, well, really, what's the point? It's like, it's not like I love eggs. Eggs are okay. Eggs are okay, nothing special, nothing great, they're just, you know, they're an option. They're not, like, my favorite option or anything, they're just an option.
The only thing you're doing is using my air. The air you're using is when you snore.
Now it wants me to go forward this way. Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, blah blah blah. I didn't want to actually go shopping myself, but I also wanted to get groceries, so I used Instacart again. I use it kind of often. Did you die? Oh god. Message from the shopper. It's like, it's like, it's like, that's a no on the eggs, and they're all like, but you didn't order any eggs. It's like, I can see that you tried to replace my pierogies with eggs. And like expensive eggs too. Oh my god. Okay, maybe that was 40 eggs for $20, but it's like... That's a lot of eggs, and like... 2 of them. It was $40 of eggs. I know that much. However many eggs it actually was. It was $40 worth of eggs. Versus like $4 worth of pierogies. Okay. Apparently, they didn't try to replace the pierogies with eggs. So, okay. That's what they're saying now, and you know what? If the order comes in and there are no eggs in there, I'm just gonna believe that it was just a little mistake, and they didn't try to give me eggs. And, okay. It's like, even if they did try to replace it with eggs, and they went and realized, oh, that was a dirt moment, and went back on it, I'm just going to accept that. Somehow, they scanned eggs when they went to scan pierogies. Pierogies are normally in the frozen section. Eggs are normally by the dairy. They're not exactly close. But you know what? Sure. Whatever. Believe the best in people. If they say that they didn't need to get it, then okay. Alright. Yeah, being polite with people can get you a lot of... Hi! Being polite with people can get you a lot of good stuff. Like that time I was at Vegas and the ATM kind of ate $200 of mine. I was very polite to the... Oh hi, I got a tone by going this way. I was very polite to the person working at the desk, saying, it's like, hey, might want to put an out-of-order sign on that thing, talk with whoever it is. Okay. And then after all of that, I got sent back to the Starbucks. So all of that sidetrack was for a tome. Apparently. And now I'm back here again.
Fresh target.
Yeah, a couple of years ago. Went to a convention in Vegas with a friend. Went to use the hotel's ATM to withdraw $100 cash. You know, went through the whole thing, went to withdraw, okay, and then no money came out. It's like, okay, well, that's weird, do it again. But no money came out. It's like, okay, third time's the charm, let's do that again. Insufficient funds in account. It's like, what? Because apparently it had been taking the money out of my account, just not giving me any money. Like, it wasn't giving me any cash, but it was taking the money out of my account. So, told the person at the desk, like, hey, ATM just stole my money. It's like, I know that you're not in charge of the ATM, so I'm not asking for the money back from you. But I am asking that, like, you put, like, an out-of-order sign on that ATM. So other people don't, you know, do that don't try to use it and get their money stolen as well. It's like... I understand that you can't fix my problem, but you are in a position to stop other people from having the same problem. Sure enough, when we got back to the hotel that evening, that ATM had an out-of-order sign on it. It's like... So it's like, okay. Awesome. It's like, I understand what you can do in your job role about this problem. It's like... Didn't raise my voice, like, yell at the person, just like, hey, this could be a problem for more people. And then, of course, I had to call my bank to be all like, hey, that, you know, $200 to $300 that just got withdrawn, because, remember, Vegas is in the States, I'm Canadian.
For the battle hammers!
So, withdrawing 200 USD is close to 300 Canadian. Why does he say that while I'm shooting?
Oh, Daddy!
are those two not taking damage? Oh my gosh! Are you good? So yeah, then I called up my bank, went through all of the automated whatever stuff on there, and then finally called a person on the phone. It's like, yep, just you know, went to an ATM, went to withdraw some money. It's like that was me trying to withdraw the money, but I did not actually get the money. And I was like very much concerned while I was on the phone here. The person would be like, okay, prove you didn't get the money. And I'd be like, how could I possibly do that? I'm telling you flat out that it's like you know, went to withdraw from an ATM, but it did not give me any money.
Mighty arrows!
It's like, so it was a little bit of humming and hawing, but then eventually the person was all like, okay, I'll put the money back into your account and you'll see it like in a couple of days. So I was like, cool. But also, I don't have even more money left in my account for withdrawal. So then I went and asked my friend if she could withdraw my money. It's like, yeah, just add it to what I'll owe you for this trip. And she was cool with it. She did, and that's where and that was also the point where my friend decided to stop questioning me about things. Because she went to an ATM and went to withdraw $100, and I said, hey, what are you gonna do if that just gives you like $100 bill? And she's all like, Claire, it's not going to just give $100 bill. It's like, alright. Went and like, you know, turned away while she does ATM things, because, you know, privacy, whatever. And then she just, like, turns back to me and just hands me $100 bill. So it's like, yeah, it's not gonna do this, mate. Just kind of, like, take it from her, just laugh. It's like, yeah. It's like, that's what I said. The trick is to say so many things that eventually you're right about something. Oh my gosh, they put that in a place that only the archer could get it. If I was playing a melee character, I would have been so ticked off by that. Jumping off the cliff to just try to hit it with an axe. There's so many interesting weapons in D&D. It's a shame that so many of them don't get any, like, love, care, or attention or anything. Okay, so replace the pierogies I'd ordered with different, similar pierogies. Whatever. As opposed to replacing them with eggs. Oh. Sorry, your shopper is already checked out.
What's my pounds of flesh? And I want it fresh. I like it kicking and screaming. I like it burning, squealing. Slow and now it's kicking. The snap of its scrawny neck. Oh, I like those dull eyes staring. That funny face it's wearing. Again? Dumbasses. Soup ain't ready. Next one of you guys interrupts, gonna find himself in the soup.
Boing, boing, ba boing, 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 ba boing, ba boing. Look at that health bar, okay? There's like 10 health to start making an impact. 10 shots.
Oh, I bet you're dead.
Oh, nope, nope, nope. Fine. Okay, definitely burning now. Ouch. So am I. I think I got this. How are you hitting?
For the battle hammers!
Well,
This news can serve you.
all I have to do is just keep jumping between these two places. I could probably beat it without even attacking it. Just let it keep getting burned. Why was it? Definitively not immune to fire, right? What's that? Power release? What?
You're thinking this is
Jump across, so we'll wind up getting burned by this back over there. Is there anything around here that I should be looting?
Come here and let me kiss you.
Why are you Irish?
For the battle hammers!
Unstoppable! Ba ba da ba 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 ba.
This news can serve you. Oh, I bet you're dead.
Okay, what else is there to talk about D&D wise anyway? Not very much, honestly. Yeah, it's what? A collaborative storytelling game with so many potential to do things. You know what? I should go and make that post on RPM. And in a week, if a storytelling thing has started because of it,
Right.
I'll be sure to let you all know about it. Oh god, why do I have to look for a burning weapon against a baddie who's apparently immune to burn? Okay, hit it on the button. That's fine. Okay, got him stuck here.
Mighty arrows!
Serve you!
Oh my gosh, the music is so intense. It's almost like I'm actually in some sort of danger in this fight. Hop! Could you imagine what that would be like? Actually, this is like the first boss fight in so long where I'm in no actual danger from the boss. Like, I remember that one just a couple of months ago now. That took me 4 bloody ever to beat.
Right, nice.
Okay, so you did hit me through the stone. Nice. Walk back into the arrows, Kate, please, thank you. Alright, can I beat this boss fight before my food delivery gets here? That is, I guess, is the ultimate question. So it's...
For the battle hammers!
Oh, look, looks like you do take some amount of fire damage.
Serve
I can see you taking fire damage from my shots. Oh god, my regular shots do like 80, my crits do like over 300. So any question why I want higher crits.
Oh, I bet you're tender. Let's open the point is dead.
This feels like just jumping around and juking like some Gloomhaven baddie. See? That does deal damage. I could totally defeat this boss without ever actually attacking it. It would just take like forever long. My healing options should be like super limited too. I would love to play this game with a proper team of 4. I just don't know anyone who actually wants to play as the rest of them. I remember a while back, Ellie, like back when this game came out, Ellie and a group of friends got it. So like, oh yeah, I'd love to play with y'all. But I didn't have the like $50 or $60 at the time to play it.
Mighty arrows!
Serve you.
Yeah, I got this game on discount, didn't I? What is it, like 20 bucks? Hey, would you look at that? It's almost dead. By the time I build up to one more ultimate and use the full ultimate on it, it'll probably be dead. Definitely no build up that far. Actually, I don't even have to build up to the ultimate. It's just about to die. No potions either. Achievement unlocked. Saving face. That's what you get for these big weapons around. Not bringing up the guardrails. He really should be slightly more OSHA compliant, honestly. Ah, yeah, of course. So anyway, I can't move. They won't let me move. I was gonna try to jump in the lava. Creation rewards. Whole bunch of loot, and it's all mine because I did the soul. I guess I would be kind of down for a D&D, at least a session, if not a whole campaign, where it's one person controls the whole party, and one person is like DM. Just, you know, a two-person story-making experience. One person controls like a party of, I don't know, 4 or 6 is usually the magic number when it comes to D&D. And that was the wrong button. We can level up attributes 3 times. I don't know exactly what I want, but int is currently the biggest, so... And of course, check out our equips, both. Necrotic damage, but this is just, you know, bonus is to skill points. A bit more damage. No fire damage, though. A bit more... Okay, but this does have acid damage. Rank higher, and it has more specialty damage. Sure, fine, do that. No. Nothing there. No. A few less level. Okay. 22.5% stamina regen and 16% stamina bonus. So more stamina bonus, more stamina regen, and acid resistance, and higher armor. It's just a lower level, but we can up that very easily. Valhammer Princess. Cooldown reduction. Duration bonus for all abilities. Cool, now if only we could get the Valhammer Princess set. Goblin Reaper, Valhammer Princess. Okay, stamina regen and maximum hit points. Maximum stamina bonus, ultimate charge bonus, maximum stamina bonus, nope, extra bonus hit points. 8% crit chance, but I think I totally want Valhammer. Maximum stamina bonus, and maximum hit point bonus. So yeah, totally use this. And then ring. Valhammer Princess for cooldown reduction. This has maximum stamina bonus and elemental penetration and bonus to crit damage. This doesn't have those. So even though that does have a bonus, it's not good enough of a bonus to really do that. And then we can quickly rush over here, talk to the merchant,
Feel free to browse.
Oh gosh, wow. What did we need here? Light guards, maximum stamina bonus, stamina regen, and acid resistance. Could go bow, but no. And maximum hit point bonus. So let's go for the chest plate, because we've been using this chest plate for a while now, haven't we? We need like 9 of this, so let's grab... No. Let's upgrade a whole bunch of this. Manage equipment, get this. Upgrade 1 level from that to slightly better.
Upgrade.
We should also upgrade our bow, honestly. We have a lot of blue stuff. We can totally upgrade the bow for more acid damage, slightly more armor penetration, but we need more money. So let's go and junk, and then sell all of the junk.
Sure, why
Got some
not?
money. Now that we have the money, we can upgrade this.
Sweet upgrade.
Let's sell that
Yeah,
gold
I'll take
quiver
your junk.
and upgrade the bow.
Works for me.
Even more damage. Perfection. And not have to worry about anything else. So we need that. We need money. We need what? Blah, blah, blah. We're fine. We're fine. We
Knock 'em
are
dead up
fine.
there.
We're running between 3 different armor sets. We're fine. This can all be one episode all together. It's fine. Anyway, D&D is fine.